What's up?
What's up? What's up?
We have another episode.
So, kamusta ka, Dre?
Okay lang.
Okay ka lang?
Kailan nag-record tayo?
Kailan yan? Parang last year pa yan.
Gago. Hindi, ito. Kaming ulit. Kaming dalawa ulit. Kumbaga, conflict of schedule din.
Yeah.
Ibang
Pero,
yeah.
Meron tayong
guest, yeah. Kita nyo naman sa title ko sino na. May thumbnail na eh. Ano ba yun?
May thumbnail na. Introduce mo na, Dre. Introduce mo na. Ikaw na mag-introduce.
Actually, hindi ko, one of our high school friends, isa siyang, hindi ko alam kung pwede ko sabihin yung trabaho mo. Alam mo? Well, our first guest na, namin, na tropa, which siguro in the future marami pa kayo may kilala. And ang gusto namin unang pakilala sa inyo is si Timothy. Yeah.
So magandang gabi guys.
So hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
It's been a while, no, since nakausap ko kayong lahat. Thank you for inviting me dito sa inyong podcast, no. Actually, this is my first time na may invite ako sa ganitong podcast. So, sa question mo, pre, kung pwede mo sabihin kung ano yung work ko. Pwede naman, no? So, I'm a subject matter expert, no, on maritime affairs. So I've worked as an analyst, no, for the Armed Forces of the Philippines for the past 4 years, and I've recently resigned, no. Currently, no, I'm on a hiatus. Anong tawag? Ano bang tawag description doon?
Hiatus.
Yeah. But I'm currently finalizing a paper in regards sa sa maritime aspect sa dagat natin. So si Andrea at si Patrick has been my friends ever since 2010, 2011, ever since elementary pa nga
2005.
Yeah. So very long time na mga tropa ko sila. Since elementary na up until the present. So once again, I'm very thankful for being invited here, mga pre.
Yun, no?
Yun.
That's a good introduction.
What an intro.
Malatisis eh.
What an intro, di ba? Tayo na yan nag-guest.
Well, na-mention mo, so umalis ka na pala dun. Marami ka nakatang nalalaman sa ano. Baka pinaghayatos ka pero hindi ka naghayatos ah.
Baka tuluyan na ako. Joke lang. Nag-resign na ako, pre. Last month. Yeah.
Good. Ever since kasi si Timothy, mahilig to sa army.
Yeah.
History. Pretty much political shit na dun ko siya nakilala at young early age din. 2005. Alam mo yung pinakaunang memory ko kay Timothy nun sa classroom. St. Thomas Building. Kasama niya si Jonas. Si Jonas, pinagkitripan siya. Nakaganon yung bag ni Timothy.
Bag niya.
Tapos ano ba yan? Gawaganon si Timothy kay Jonas nun. Yun yung pinakauna kong memory na nakita ko sa Timothy.
Tsaka wala akong palag kay Jonas noon. Apakatangkad ni Jonas. Tapos
6-footer si Jonas eh.
Tapos inaangat niya pa yung bag ko. So ano na lang palag ko, di ba? So, pero kahit ganun si Jonas, no? Yung tropa yun. Kaya nga hindi ko alam kung nasaan yun eh. Nakakamiss ko.
Yun yung no, parang, parang sad part lang when it comes to graduating. Like, after high school, parang nagkakawatak-watak yung friend groups. Not unless like yung super mga solid, di ba? Pero, isa sa mga number one na sad parts is yung parang, yun nga, nagkakawatak-watak, nagkakawalan ng communication, not unless magkamustahan and everything. Parang, tingin mo yung sa atin, di ba? Parang ilang years na kailan tayo huling nag-usap. So, one sad part lang.
Well,
Timothy, yung, di ba sabi mo kanina yung una mong memory kay Timothy, yung kay Jonas. Sa akin, parang, ang lagi ko naalala kay Timothy is, yung every time na nakikita ko siya, wala, hindi mo siya makikita na wala siyang notebook or pencil.
Yeah.
Hindi mo siya makikita na wala siyang notebook or pencil. Tapos kapag makikita mo kung ano yung ginagawa niya dun sa notebook at pencil niya, alam mo na kung ano yung nandoon at kung ano yung dinodrawing. Diba?
Actually, hindi ko
It's either guns or soldiers.
Yeah. Actually, hindi ko natanggal yung trait na yun. Na even at work, no? Pag nasa meeting kami or nasa engagements kami, rather than taking notes ako, nag-drawing lang din ako sa notebook ko. Kaya minsan na-amaze ako paano ko nagagawa yung mga reports na kailangan galing sa
naging
mga meetings.
mo na siya eh. Naging mo na siya eh, parang
muscle memory.
Muscle memory na parang hindi mo na maalis sa katawan. Parang habit mo na talaga.
Hobby na siya, hobby. Naging stress reliever siya. Especially pag very stressful yung environment. So, ganun. So, hindi na siya natanggal. Hindi na talaga natanggal.
Actually, manghang-mangha ako dun, Timo eh. Sobrang manghang-mangha ako. Ang galing mo kasi mag-drawing. Di ba like, before naalala ko may one time nagpaturo ako sa'yo mag-drawing eh. At one instance nung high school, sabi ko, turo mo ka mag-drawing. Yeah, kayo ni Charles. Kaya parehas kayong dalawa na puro yung nasa notebook eh.
Si Charles parang may photographic memory.
Si Charles yung above. Grabe mag-drawing si Charles.
Mas magaling siya.
Oo.
Para siyang may photographic memory na ewan.
Photographic memory?
Oo, kasi kaya niyang i-drawing si Sir Chief ng by memory.
Ay, we?
Si Bumblebee ng by memory. Ganun.
Naalala mo dati si Charles nag-drawing niya ng mga scenes sa mga movie. Like yun nga, si Bumblebee sa Transformers, Black Hawk Down for example. Imagine mo, that's
yung mga helicopter, pre.
Oo.
Tayo na, ang hirap, like,
memory, pre.
True. And like, looking back nung high school, ngayon sa trabaho, graphic design. Sabi ko, parang, puta, ang hirap. Hanggang ngayon, hindi ako marunong mag-drawing. Kahit na trabaho ko is graphic design. Well, graphic design is iba naman sa graphic artist.
Naman siya.
Iba naman siya, di ba? So parang ang hirap, legit, sobrang ang hirap nung ginagawa niyo noon. Kaya manghang-mangha ako pag nagdo-drawing kayo. Solid.
Sayang nga hindi ko rin siya na-develop na skill ko. Naging purely hobby lang siya. Maganda sana kung siya, kung tulad namin nila Charles noon. Especially si Charles kasi sayang yung skills niya na sa drawing. Sana na-practice siya into something that would be tangible.
Into the creatives, di ba? Into the arts industry.
Pero iba ang buhay.
Iba ang buhay. Iba ang landas. Iba ang landas. Di ba sumasali kayo dun sa mga competitions sa school, arts competition. Pag may yung competition na drawing sa illustration board, ganyan.
Yeah, yung poster making.
Ayun, poster making.
And it's not necessarily na sumasali kami, but rather kami yung sinasali. Kami yung nilalagay ng advisor.
Oo.
Kayo kilala eh. Matik eh. Pag drawing, kilala mo na kung sino.
In fairness, magaling din ewan ko lang kung sino yun sa star section kasi meron laging during the time nung especially ng high school.
May natatandaan.
Magaling din mag-drawing na pag sa mga poster making, sila yung top. And there's no question kung bakit sila top dun sa kasi ang ganda ng drawing nila. I forgot lang kung sino yun eh. Pero pag kami na ni Charles nung pumapalag, wala na kami ni Charles. Kasi magaling talaga mag-drawing. Tapos,
so itong sige, tuloy mo.
No problem.
So this so itong podcast ito is all about Timothy's life, work-related stuff, into religion, to politics.
Yeah.
Magiging magiging siguro parang eye-opener or pwede ring siya parang ang tawag sa parang
deep episode?
Hindi. Para siyang 18 plus ang tawag.
Rated R.
Parang siyang rated
Dahil
R.
lagpas, parang,
Parang,
kumbaga, ano,
anong tawag?
kasi pwedeng maano yung, pwedeng maano yung,
PG. PG-13.
pwedeng
SPG
ano
ba yan?
yung fate, yung
Oo.
pwedeng maano yung fate mo,
Wow.
pwedeng maano yung political
Pwedeng ma-challenge.
knowledge mo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Parang ano
Pwede
siya.
kang ma-challenge if you're gonna hear this episode. Ganun siya.
Very,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Very ganun siya.
Yeah.
Intellectual,
Pero-
intellectually
I
spiking
cannot,
episode.
naman, iti-take layman's term naman namin kung sakali.
Yeah. True.
So, sinong gusto magsimula?
Magsimula. Ako kasi, dahil kong gustong tanongin talaga kay Timothy.
Okay, so bago ko muna magtanong, Pids. Kasi, kakwento ko lang. Yung past episode namin, sinasabi ko sa kanya, shh, wait ka lang. Wait ka lang, sabi ko sa kanya ganun. Kasi meron siyang sasabihin about sa advancement of tawag dito?
Technology.
Technology in the past. From
Ah.
70, from the 60s to ano. So sabi ko sa kanya, wait ka lang, hintayin natin yung natin, yung guest natin. Pero kasi ako, meron na akong meron na akong parang something
Sagot.
to say.
Mm.
Hinihintay ko lang na maging available ka. Hindi tsaka hindi ako magaling sa ganito, pero from what I can perceive or natutunan ko or parang kumbaga parang common sense kumbaga sa akin.
Yeah. Common knowledge.
Yeah, parang common knowledge siya.
Mm.
So meron ba siguro hindi accurate na dates ganun. So basically kasi
in general.
napag-usapan kasi namin dati yung pyramids.
Pyramids.
Who built the fucking pyramids?
Yeah.
Sabi,
Nag-argument kami ni Dre dyan.
so siya, he thinks na may aliens and shit.
Yes.
Ako, I believe in human capacity to do something that size and that long. So, ito sinasabi ko, matagal ko na ito sinulat Ibabasahin ko lang. Sabi ko kasi dun, they don't give enough credit sa mga gumawa ng pyramids or other ancient wonders. Yeah. Kasi they have different knowledge from ours back then. Kumbaga, what I mean that, kasi on that time of year parang naghahanap ng way na mag-survive yung tao.
Yeah.
The first existence of humanity is basically just to survive, di ba?
Yeah. Instinct yan.
So if you kung magso-survive ka, you have no time to explore shit or anything, di ba? And most of us, di natin nakalimutan natin gano'ng katagal binilt yung pyramid, di ba?
Yeah, how many years?
So yung that time, basically, yung sinasabi ko knowledge nila is napansin niyo yung sa mga Renaissance. Medyo medyo
advanced na yun.
Advanced na yun, medyo advanced.
In terms of the Egyptians.
So yung Renaissance ay parang pansin mo, parang ang daming nag-ugsbungan ng art, technology,
Da Vinci.
this. Etong sa Egyptians nun, meron din silang ganun. So kung ano yung pinakamalapit sa Egyptians, mga Greek.
Mga Romans.
Yeah. Romans. Isipin mo yung the way na binilt nila yung Parthenon, yung the great Library of Alexandria. The details itself sobrang
yung architecture, yung Greek architecture.
So if iisipin mo yung ganun, if kayang gawin ng tao yun at that age, kayang-kaya rin gawin ng mga Egyptians yun. Basically the Sphinx. Yeah.
Gets yung sa kanya. Ang sa akin kasi, kumbaga, I chose
Wait lang. Tuloy na.
Sige. I chose to believe kasi na parang with my common knowledge lang din, James. Yung my common knowledge kasi hindi naman ako expert when it comes to history, when it comes to Egyptians and stuff, diba? and older civilizations.
Okay, I'm
Pero-
sorry about that.
Pero like yung mga nakikita ko kasi,
Oh.
syempre the way how I perceive it is yung advancement or yung focus lang tayo sa sa pyramids. Parang hindi ko naman masyado like parang I'm not on one side. I choose to like be neutral in terms of parang on what I believe in.
You chose to parang there's something
There's something else. Parang ganun. Kasi wala naman tayo nung time na yun. I think history is not 100% accurate. No? Pag dumadating sa atin yung knowledge. Kasi sa school lang naman, sa TV, media, hindi natin alam yung actual 100% accurate kung ano yung nangyari back then. So, I choose to be neutral when it comes to what I believe in, di ba? So, parang yung sinabi ko yun kay Dre nung pinag-usapan namin, nasabi ko parang may tulong. Parang we cannot disregard the fact na baka if you believe on aliens or not, or extraterrestrial life, di ba? Parang on that period of time, we didn't have the technology or their knowledge at that time is hindi ganun kataas pa. Pero gets ko din yung point na sinabi ni Dre na they only needed to survive. Parang ganun.
Tutuloy ko na rin yung na-cut short eh. Sorry.
Go.
So sinasabi ko yun kasi ang feel ko isa sa mga sought out jobs nun is para magiging master craftsman ka. Yeah, so master craftsman, ito yung mga nagbi-build ng kung ano. Kasi wala namang technology, wala namang talagang may pupunuin mo yung oras mo sa bagay na
Talagang crafts. Oh.
Yeah. So, isa sa mga pinakamahirap na buildings in the first century. I mean, hindi siya 21st century. Actually, matagal na to eh. Yung Sagrada Familia.
Sagrada Familia.
That shit took too long to build kahit may help ng modern technology. Kasi sa sobrang intricate ng putang inang Gothic church na yun.
Yun ba yung sa Spain?
Yeah, sa Spain siya.
Yeah, yung sa movie ni
Barcelona?
Barcelona. Yeah.
Alam ko Barcelona eh. So ito.
Sagrada.
So, well, ito. Babalik tayo sa argument. Well, some argument bakit nga biglang bumilis yung advancement ng technology
ng tao.
So, ito, sinasabi ko na, di ba? Surviving from before.
Yeah.
So, from surviving, sa unang first age, makaharap ng apoy, to Egyptian, to... So, basically,
medieval
nagkaroon ng comfort ang tao, nagkakaroon ng curiosity yung tao, nagmuwa ng iba, entertainment, kumbaga. Kaya nga nagkakaroon ng sports, like, you name it. So, bakit biglang bumilis? Kasi there is something called dati noon na territory, all about wars. Mga hindi naman malalaking cities noon, tangina, sakop ka, alam mo yun?
Parang race.
So yung, yeah,
race. Laging may race.
Basically, di ba?
Wasak talaga yung entire civilization.
Kung mahina yung civilization, yung wasak kayo. Basically, ganun. So kung sino yung mga malalakas nun, sila yung may time to discover something.
Yeah.
Like,
Greek, Romans.
Yung Greeks, Romans, ito yung papasok sila, Plato, sila, ano mo yun?
Yeah, yung mga known scientists, di ba? Philosophists natin ngayon.
Kasi basically kung isipin mo, paano ka magkakaroon ng time kung ginagera kayo?
Exactly.
Diba? So, ito na nga. So, sinasabi niya parang bakit bumilis. So, ito tayo sa medyo medieval age renaissance. Ganun pa rin. May mga wars and shit pa rin. Then, basically, Leonardo da Vinci is born. Ginawa niya yung kung ano-ano. Like yung
yun pa, si Da Vinci. How?
Yeah. Siya yung pinakauna na gumawa ng top-down view ng mapa na walang technology. Like, how the fuck? Talagang sinukat niya yung So, nung time na to, kaya na natin mag-survive, di ba? Pero parang marami ng kasi basically dati may namamatay sa mga pagkain na nakakalason. Ngayon wala nang gaano, mas na yung quality of life. So dumating yung 1900s, dumating yung World War I. Basically World War I na naman, daming gera na naman. Then onting peace, World War II, then shit happens ulit. So after ng World War II, then came the Cold War, di ba? So itong advancement, yung parang sabi ni PDS, yung pang rocket, nagkaroon ng Apollo 11 agad at napunta tayo sa moon at 1964, tama ba? 67?
Yeah, 1969, the first landing of man.
69?
Yun. 1969.
Napunta tayo bigla doon from, alam mo yun, from nothing, from coal trains to...
Because that's a space race. Everyone wants to be the first to be on the moon.
Yeah.
Parang ganun. Or it's space.
So ang argument ko, nagkakaroon tayo ng curiosity if hindi tayo in danger or just because we're bored.
I think that's a new para sa akin, that's a new perspective. I never thought of it that way. Na
so,
kaya bumagal.
Okay.
Kaya bumagal yung parang advancement natin kasi we're comfortable. Parang
we're waiting.
We're waiting for something to happen na parang walang imminent danger.
At saka hindi ko sinasabi yung yung advancements of human mass weapon of human destruction.
Iba yun.
Masama yun.
Iba yun.
Advancement in technology.
In terms of quality of life.
Yeah.
So, si Timothy, let's ask our guest on his thoughts, no?
Siguro yung opinion ko lang dyan on the matter is that first of all, man is inherently being threatened, regardless kung anong nangyayari. It's either man to man or man against himself. Sabi nga sa literature natin, or man against nature, man against this and that. So they're inherent sa human nature, inherent sa human psyche, sa human person na ma-threaten siya in either way. But looking beyond doon sa sa issue ng threat, sa issue ng safety, is that maganda rin sanang i-explore natin is yung idea ng man's desire to know more. Man's desire to know, man's desire to for knowledge, for wisdom. Kaya man developed not only philosophies, much like in Greece with Plato, Aristotle, Confucius sa China, and all that. But man also tries to explain the unexplainable through religion, Kaya even before Christianity, even before the Christian New Testament, even before the Jewish Old Testament, there are various forms of religion, deity worship, and all that, sa ancient civilization. Because man intrinsically tries to explain the unexplainable. Because knowledge, with that in mind, knowledge is evolving. Knowledge is developing. So with that in mind, kaya dahil continuous ang evolution ng knowledge alongside sa technology, sa society, sa sa all other respects, nag-iiba't nag-iiba rin explanation natin. So in the past, when we need something to explain something, we use the divine. Ngayon we use unexplainable aspects of science. Some would use extraterrestrials. Sabi nga ni Patrick dun sa case ng pyramid. Personally, on the topic of the pyramid, I would have to agree with Andre, na man is inherently creative. Man is inherently imagine the human person. The human person kasi, ang tao kasi is the mere fact na ang kaya ng taong mag-isip ng entire new concepts means that it has not only the brain to think that but also the hands to do that. So
Greatest invention ever.
Oo, the greatest tool ever.
Opposable thumbs.
Yeah, opposable thumbs. Sabi nga sa evolution ni Darwin, no. Sobrang critical ng thumb na to in creating something out of what we think, no. And
Yeah.
indeed, no, i-couple mo yan doon sa desire ng tao na matuto, sa desire ng taong ma-explain ng hindi ma-explain. They can create wonders. For example, no, we have the floating gardens of Mesopotamia. We have the Library of Alexandria. We have the
Yung
Parthenon,
Statue of Rhodes.
the Statue of Rhodes. The lighthouse of Alexandria rin ata yun, no? So, marami tayong wonders, no, na sabay-sabay na lumalabas. Machu Picchu sa Americas. Sa atin dito
True.
is yung rice terraces natin, Diwata Paris Overload. And it is a case of for wonder na kayang pumila ng millions of people doon. Diba? Hundreds and thousands of people at any one time. So, so nandun ang desire ng tao to move to nandun ang desire ng tao na to learn more, and in order for them to learn more, they have to do something in order for them to achieve or ma-attain or maabot yung gusto nilang matutunan, no. So ano yung case dito sa pyramid, no. So sa pyramid, for example, ang desire nila dyan is to connect with their deities, no, with their gods, no. Ito yung burial grounds ng ating mga pharaoh. Ito nililibing yung ating mga pharaoh. So pharaoh, on our perspective, no, sila ang middle ground between us and the divine, no. So for us, ito ang magiging daanan natin, ito yung magiging passageway natin, ito yung magiging path natin towards the divinity, no. So although totoo naman, no, na napaka-impressive, Patrick, no, isipin mo na kaya ng taong gawin ang pyramid. Nakikita niyo yung bato ng isang pyramid.
Napakalaki nun.
Napakalaki.
Bigas.
Di ba? And looking at the technology at that time, no, na hindi siya something, kung ngayon yan gagawin, no, kailangan natin ng mga 10-wheeler trucks or more para i-carry yan.
Yeah. Pero back then, like ropes, rocks.
And even the wheel at the time is a novelty.
Novelty.
True.
Diba? So it's very impressive, no? But at the same time, we are lucky to be the race. We are lucky to be the species, no, na naging end state ng grand plan ng evolution or ng creation, regardless kung anong belief mo. So na tayo yung lahi, no, na that can not only survive but create, no?
Can think.
Yun.
Kumbaga.
Oo. Sabi nga sa kasabihan, 'di ba, na not just exist but to live. And ginagawa yan ng tao.
Yeah.
We have not only find ways para makakain, para makapag-procreate, but to actually make our lives comfortable, to actually create the sense of community. No, and with that sense of community, anything can happen. No, anything can happen.
True.
Tsaka ito.
Yeah.
Nakalimutan natin sabihin na slavery ang nagtayo ng pyramids.
Slavery.
Mass fucking slavery.
True. It's an advancement. It's a great monument or testament of human innovation, but it's built upon
the backs of the slaves, no.
May nakalimutan ako sabihin. Bakit bumagal at some point yung science? Kasi witchcraft.
What do you mean witchcraft?
Basically, pag meron kang alam na something new, witchcraft na agad.
At the time, nung medieval times.
Especially yung medieval, ganyan na siya.
Kasi nga, iba nga, pinapatay yung kaya nga sinabing, nalaman ko din yung witch. Kasi may mga pusa. So, yung the plague back then.
Galing sa pusa.
Yung mga
supposedly.
Hindi, galing sa daga, pinapatay ng pusa yung daga. So, hindi sila nagkakasakit. So, nagtataka yung mga tao, ba't di kayo nagkakasakit?
And then, pag hihinalaan sila, na witch sila, witchcraft, sorcery,
Patay sila.
Demon.
diba? Demon.
Ganyan.
Ganyan yung back then kumbaga, gets din yun kaya parang na-halt, bumagal yung time, bumagal yung advancement ng technology or advancement because anything new, anything innovative dati,
Blasphemy.
blasphemy. Because that's parang one negative side of religion, if you can agree, guys. Is parang, that's one part of religion that parang it halts. Parang it doesn't like change.
Pero I beg to
Religion
differ,
doesn't like
I beg to
change
differ, no?
when it okay.
If I may, no? If you look, parang yung kasi, religion kasi is a very complex topic, no? I mean, first of all, no, looking back sa Christianity alone, there are 55,000 sects, no? Sa Pilipinas pa lang, there are 55,000 na sekta sa Pilipinas of different Christian denominations, no? So, so it's a very complex topic and in regards vis-a-vis science, no? But much like human nature, no? Churches change, no? Churches evolves, no? For example, no, if you look at many of the for example, no, we have the priest, no, George Mendel, who is the discoverer of the Gregor Mendel is the discoverer of the idea of heredity, no, of the concept of heredity. And I forget yung isa ring priest na naka-discover ng Big Bang theory. So yeah. So actually, Big Bang theory, no, the concept of Big Bang sa cosmology was first forwarded by a Catholic priest, no, which is si Father George Lemaitre, which was confirmed by the scientists that we all know, no, the German scientist Einstein, no. So
Einstein.
There's a very complex relationship between the church and science, no, but
Yes.
modern religions tries to as much as possible, as far as Christianity is concerned, which is lang yung meron akong position na mabigyan ko ng role, mabigyan ko ng ng
Perspective.
ng perspective, is that it tries to marry the truth of science and the truth of faith, you know? I remember a saying from the late Pope Saint John Paul II, no, in which he said that the faith without science is blind, and science without faith is simply condescending, no. So with that in mind, no, the church tries to marry the two truths, because first of all, it does not aim in a deeper theological philosophical sense, no, science and religion should not be contradictory to each other. Because if we understand it in a Christian perspective, everything is created by God. So even if there are something that is showing to you as a result of science, but at the same time it contradicts doctrine or belief of the existing religion, it should not be a contradiction, because it is, after all, the truth. And we believe that God is simply the truth, diba? Another religion, it's much more complex. I think the problem with religion vis-a-vis science is not necessarily the establishment. It is not necessarily the church itself, no. Especially in the context of the modern times, no. Modern times lang to clarify. But it's rather more of the believers and science. No. In the past, it is a different topic. No.
Very different.
Topic.
Very different.
Totoo lahat yun.
Kasi yun nga, yung sinabi ni Dre, one of the reasons kung bakit bumagal nga din talaga advancement. One of the reasons of that is religion. Okay, because yung dati past times, not in modern times. In past times, something new or something out of the ordinary can be considered as witchcraft, sorcery.
Sunog yung katawan mo.
Sunugin na yan. Burn to the stake,
burn that,
etc.
Yeah.
Burn that bitch down. Fire that bitch. Pero in modern times, I agree with you, Timon. I agree with you na parang back then, yung sinasabi ko kanina na hesitant sa change is
Yeah.
that's sa past times.
Oo.
Pero like right now in modern times, it does it's people are willing or parang more people in faith are willing to adapt and to change. And with that, gusto kitang tanungin, like this is a personal question.
Sige lang.
Kasi before nung high school tayo is iba altar servers tayo lahat tayong tatlo. But all throughout parang after graduating, after life happened, something changed kasi sa akin. 'Di ba? Pero when it comes to religion, I'm not discrediting religion. Although syempre Catholic school kami, guys. Sa mga sa mga viewers namin, Catholic school kami, ako from nursery hanggang 4th year.
Ako grade 1
okay, so
up until 4th year.
'Di ba? So
tsaka sisingit lang ako. Yung pinakaunang episode namin, si Timothy yun. Yung sinasabi kong naipit sa pinto. Siya yun. Okay? Siya yun.
Yeah. So, yun nga. Something changed nung all throughout, nung after natin nung high school. Kasi no, parang first year to second year, nagcha-chapel ako, ako. Like, I was a firm believer back then.
Yeah.
But something changed. I don't know, I can't remember when the actual time na something that changed. Pero I started questioning at that time. Kumbaga yung frontal lobe ko siguro nun nag-activate na. Na parang I started questioning stuff.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Parang ano ba talaga? What happens after death? Is God really true? Is ano ba talaga, is science more true? It's religion more true? Parang ganun. Yung nangyari sa akin at that time. And all throughout the years, I evolved into something na parang I want to think of these very sensitive topics in a very neutral way. Diba? I don't want to sound condescending. I don't want to there are people kasi there are people kasi that I have met na very religious, very religious, but to the point that it doesn't respect others' beliefs anymore. So kumbaga I want to stay very neutral when it comes to these sensitive topics, no? Kasi ang number one kong rule when it comes to topics like this is, or debates like this, parang ganyan, is kung ano yung paniniwala mo, that's you. I respect that. Diba? Hindi ko aatakihin kung ano yung paniniwala mo. Hindi ko ipupush yung paniniwala ko sa'yo. Basta, pag nag-uusap tayo, pag-debate tayo, I want to stay very neutral when it comes to religion.
Yes.
So, yung question ko sa'yo kasi is, back then, I know you're very religious. Since nung nag-graduate na tayo, nagkawatak-watak ang friend groups, I haven't got any news from you na. What's your take on parang on your faith ngayon?
Sure. With that in mind, I mean, the first step of faith, lagi naman is always to question. It was never disallowed, no? It was never disallowed. It was never prevented. Well, as far as the Catholic Church is concerned, yun lang naman yung meron ng authority. Kasi mahirap kasi talaga. Very complex na religion, guys, no? I can assume, guys, na may mga shota kayo ngayon. Meron kayong kapitbahay, meron kayong meron kayong mga co-workers or anything. It came from different religious groups, no? So backgrounds, no? So iba-iba yung mga moral, iba-iba yung moral, philosophical, religious foundations nila. Vis-a-vis sa atin, you know. I mean, I can assume sa mga Catholic natin ng mga listener. But understanding that, no, there's never wrong. It was never wrong to question faith. Why is that? No, kasi man is inherently a man of is a animal of reason. No, nasa nature natin na mag-ask ng question. No, we try, sabi ko nga, ang one of the basic instinct ng tao, besides to survive, no, is to know more. And how can we know more? Kaya, kumbaga,
Hey, what's up?
okay, surprise. Sorry about that. No? Nabusan ako ng so to answer yung okay naman. Loud and clear ako, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there.
Okay. So, yun. So, going back sa question ni PD, no? Siguro doon mo babalik, no? Na nandun naman talaga sa desire kasi ng tao talaga to know more. And
Yeah.
faith is it's a very emotional topic. It's a topic that doesn't necessarily being answered by reason alone. No? So kailangan talagang it takes guts, no? It takes something that is cannot be really explained by logic or by anything. For one to understand what is really faith, no? Kasi faith is inherently it's inherently quoting from the Bible, no? It's blind, but at the same time it moves mountains, no? So if man starts to question the divine, to question something that cannot be that is not tangible, no? Hindi natin makita, hindi natin maramdaman. No? Walang mali doon. Kasi nasa desire, nasa nature natin yan. Tama, and I would agree with PD, no? Nasa huli, it's about the respect, between among fellow men.
Yeah.
The great evangelization na magagawa ng tao in order for him or her to convert someone to his or her belief is not necessarily to drown out his belief. Hindi effective in this modern age na kung saan kailangan mong maliitin yung paniniwala ng isang tao para lang ma-convince mo siya at the end of the day na lumipat ka na lang sa that's gaslight.
Even Pope Francis, sinabi na rin niya yun na whatever you believe in, respect their
respect their.
It all boils down to respect, di ba?
Respect.
Respect na talaga.
So,
may tatanong ako sa'yo mamaya. Sige, tuloy mo lang.
Siguro yung to conclude lang yung answer ko kay PD is that the greatest evangelization man can do is to be the evangelization itself. Dapat kailangan mong ipakita sa tao na kung ano ang perfect Christian. Although impossible maging perfect ng isang Kristiyano or isang tao in that matter, but nonetheless ipakita mo the best example a Christian can be. No, so yun lang naman yun, no. At the end of the day, kahit mag-debate ng ibang religion ng kahit ilang oras, kahit isang araw pa mag-debate, no. At the end of the day, faith is a personal choice.
Yeah. Hindi maintindihan ng iba, never maintindihan ng kahit anong gawin mo.
Yeah.
You stand your ground, stand with your word. Even no one else will.
Kaya oftentimes nagiging hostile yung kaya nagiging oftentimes
hostile yung debate.
Crusade.
Crusade.
Very
jihad, diba? So, yung 30 years war between sa Katoliko at saka mga Protestante.
Yeah. So, ito yung may question ako sa'yo. Ito, bago ka tayo question kasi napag-usapan namin ito at naisip ko na rito dati. Dati ang mga, hindi ko sure kung parang yung mga religious people noon from before the modern times, they use drugs, they hallucinate, kumbaga. So mayroon silang na perceive na ibang God. Parang doon ko na parang merong usapan na ganun, parang kaya ba sa mga ganitong ibang mga religions is just because of parang hallucinations of the parang tawag dito yung sino yung parang babailan yung mga ganun. Yeah. So itong parang Well, thinking of that, siguro sa iba't ibang kasi merong sa Bible and the Quran, merong isang story doon na same sa Bible, which is story of Moses.
Mm.
So, nung narinig ko yun, what the fuck? Sabi ko. so nung naisip ko yun, siguro may time na there's parang basically there's really one God. But nung time na parang nagpakilala siya, na-perceive ng ibang tao. Sabi ko sa inyo, magiging sensitive topic. Yeah. So, yeah. So, yung sinasabi ko na, di ko naman disrespect. Yung thoughts kasi, di ba? Sabi mo nga, the humanity is to think, di ba? Ganun.
Yeah.
So, parang isip ko, maybe there is really one God, tapos nagpakilala siya sa iba't ibang tao pero na-perceive nila ng iba. So, nagkaroon sila ng ibang way. Interpretation.
Kaya nagkaroon ng branching out of religion.
Yeah.
That's a good,
siguro, theory.
I'm loving your fucking theories, ha? It's making me think.
Yeah.
Very solid din.
Hindi ko naiisip yung mga naiisip ni Jello. Kasi first time namin nag-usap about ganito. Like very, very in-depth na usapan na I'm not necessarily debate kasi wala naman tayong like parang firm. Wala naman tayong firm
Wala mga affirmative or negative.
So, palitanong ko sa'yo, what if that's really happening or ewan ko? What do you think about sa sinabi ko?
Siguro Islam and Christianity have the same God. It is clear ever since naman na that the God worshipped by that Allah or the God worshipped by Islam and Yahweh, the God the Father na worship ng mga Hudyo at saka ng mga Kristiyano is the same.
Hudyo is Jew, right?
Yeah.
The Jew, Jew. So same siya, and that is why many of the narrative narration sa Bible can be seen sa Quran kasi sa Quran or accurate the term nila is that because they came from the common roots. Ang tawag dyan sa philosophy or sa theology is actually Abrahamic roots. They came from the one Abraham, the father of all nations, Old Testament, diba? And Christianity and the Judaism, mga Hudyo, mga Jew, came from the line of Isaac, one of the sons of Abraham, while Islam came from Ishmael, one of yung unang anak ni
nalala ko.
ni Abraham, yung pinalayas niya. Kaya ang tawag sa kanila is Islam, kasi it is the evolution of the word of the name is Ishmael. Sila yung mga followers ni Ishmael. So it means that they came from. So it is clear not only in the biblicals or in the Quranic from the text but even in history itself that they have the same roots Fun fact if you look at the Christians or the Arab Christians in the Middle East there's a lot of Arab Christians in the Middle East actually. Many of them are part of the Catholic Church actually, or if not, they're part of the Eastern Orthodox Church. The Syriac, ang tawag sa atin yan is the Syriac, the Syriac rite, which is prevalent siya sa Arab world, from Israel to Iraq. There's the Coptic rite, which is prevalent siya dito sa Egypt. That is among others pa. They speak the same language as Jesus, Aramaic. But they call God the Aramaic, but they call God in a manner similar to the Muslims. They even in their masses they term God as Allah. When they greet each other, they're still greeting Salam Alaikum. Malaikum salam. So they still use the same terminologies. They still use the same terms as with their brothers and sisters in Islam. No. So it cannot be denied na sobrang common ng roots ng Islam and Christianity as a whole.
Yeah.
Ano ang problem? Bakit naghiwalay? Ay bakit bakit nag-branch out sila?
Just like Judaism, 'di ba?
Judaism. Diba?
Sorry.
So ayoko na magsalita about sa Judaism kasi baka bukas is maano tayo.
Ibang
baka madamay tayo sa sa ongoing ban. Pero I mean, going back sa Christianity and Islam, it's all about the human pride, you know? There is a tendency ng tao talaga na to gatekeep yung what they think is the truth.
Yeah.
No. So, Islam, for example, was unveiled to Muhammad through the angel Gabriel, if I'm not mistaken, or angel Michael, which is prevalent, which is almost the same angel din na nagpakita kay Joseph and Mary. Bigay sa kanila kay Jesus Christ, no? So it's all about pride, no? Pride and history. No? Of course, the early Christians at the time claimed monopoly doon sa truth na binigay sa kanila. When Islam came, they actually see Islam early on as not as a different religion, but as a heretical branch of Christianity. So they see it in an equal manner doon sa mga dating mga heretics na sinupress ng simbahan, such as
Heretic!
Yeah. burn them at the stake, mga ganun. Tulad ng mga Aryans, no, na they believe that Christ is not God, no, or the ano pa ba yung mga heretic? Madami yan eh. May mga Sabellianism pa yan. So they see Islam in a manner similar though. But eventually Islam developed itself to an entirely different religion in contrast.
Do you know pre? Do you know yung series na The Chosen?
The Chosen yung sa Netflix, yung kay Jesus Ben. Yung post after ng first ng pagkamatay niya. Before. Before, yeah. Sure.
Alam mo napanood din.
Familiar.
Alam mo ba? Ito, sorry Well, speaking religion naman tayo. Medyo napalapit ako sa series na yun kasi na-humanize yung mga apostles for me. In a way, kasi if you think about the apostles, they're like the, diba? The
unceasing followers
of Jesus, diba? Pero at the beginning, they are just sinners, mga dinaniwala, mga ganito.
Totoo naman, diba?
Pero kasi, pag narinig mo lang sa religion na sa classroom, like, gano'n, diba? They're like, they're sinners, Pero pag nakita mo kasi parang siguro in a movie
in a different medium,
parang oo nga parang ang hirap i-grasp ng reality na ganun sila at the start.
Diba? So yan na yung failure palagi personally I see it as a failure ng religion to humanize or to make clear yung mga icons ng ating belief as relatable as possible. Religion lies, I mean not lies na sinungaling, but it anchors on the idea that it is supposed to be the bridge between man and the divine. So especially ngayon, maraming, kaya if makita mo yung mga moderno nating mga offshoots ng Christianity, mga born again, for example, na they use mga they use diba? They use cool and hip methods para mas mapalapit sila sa mga civilian. So
Pero with
So,
that
based
being, nung sinabi mo yung parang cool and hip methods, ngayon, in modern times, ito sabihin ko sa inyo, sa mga listeners, sa
Oo.
inyo dalawa, is I have no problem with religion. I love the idea of the values it brings, the idea of being a path to the divine. But it's faith, it's a personal choice, as you said kanina. Gusto ko yun. I love that idea because of the values it brings, diba? The love and everything in family, etc., etc. What I don't like is the people.
Yeah.
The believers.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Kasi 'di ba, yung as I mentioned earlier, I've known people na ipupush yung paniniwala nila sa iyo. 'Di ba? There are people who try to convert other people to our religion because our religion is the true religion, etc., etc.
Sabi yan tama.
'Di ba? So parang pag nakakita ako ng ganun, 'di ba, in the real world setting, social media, etc., and on the internet, I'm dun nagsa-start yung questioning ko na is it religion that's causing this or is it just the people? Is it just the people who choose to believe na ganito, na sila yung na-disregard nila yung basic idea ng religion eh. Yun lang yung parang sa akin na takeaway ko doon. Personal, that's my personal opinion. Again, it is my personal opinion. I'm not attacking anybody. No, I'm not attacking. Diba? I'm not mentioning any names. It's just my personal idea na pag nakakita ako ng ganong situations is ganon dun that's when I start questioning the religion and people part. And what do you think of that? Do you agree? Do you
I agree, no. Sabi nga ng na laging question yan sa internet ng mga may pinapanood ako na pare, bishop, si Bishop Barro. Lagi yung question is that, would you abandon Jesus for Judas? I mean, the idea is that the church is filled with Judases. No?
Yeah.
Maraming Judas simbahan.
Nagets ko.
Fact of life. So the same goes din yan sa 12 apostles na are you willing to abandon Jesus for Judas? At the end of the day, you are going to the church not for the Judases. No? You're going to the church for Jesus, for the Lord. So yun yung maganda rin yung point na yun. No? But it can't be denied the fact na punong-puno talaga ng mga Judas ang simbahan.
Yeah, may history.
It is the fact of life.
We have history about that.
Pupuntahan
natin.
Sige. And marami talaga yan. Maraming sinful sa simbahan. No? Pero that's the point. No? Yeah. The church but that is the point of it. No? The church is never a club for saints. Hindi siya supposedly punong-puno ng mga santo. Rather, it is a hospital. Hospital ang simbahan.
Yeah.
It aims to heal. Kung ang hospital tries to heal yung yung physical sicknesses natin, the church aims to heal yung ating spiritual sicknesses natin. Kaya punta dyan is
kaya nga nung sabi ko sa the apostles, yung sa the chosen. Kasi meron si Matthew, tax collector, ayaw nilang pasamahin yun. Like, fuck that. Fuck that person.
Tax collector yun eh.
Kasi tax collector yan. Kasi basically, the Jews, ayaw nila sa tax collector that time. Kasi, so, nung time na yun, si Jesus, parang, he wants him to come. Pero yung mga apostles, ayaw.
Ayaw sa kanya.
Like, yung series na yun, kasi parang, nakikita, visualize mo yung gustong gawin ni Jesus Christ sa what he wants to do to enter the kingdom of God basically. Then as sinabi ni Timothy na they want to leave Jesus and sabi
want to leave
Jesus for Judas. For Judas diba?
So parang basically talagang flawed ang tao.
Inherent naman. Inherent naman kasi sa tao na flawed siya. And
We're not perfect.
it is we're not perfect. No? So the question na lang din is that why are you at the church? No? Ba't ka ba nasa simbahan? Kung andun ka para mabad trip ka sa katabi mo, sa
Tsaka
katabi mo sa
ngayon
pew,
yung
di ko na
sermon of
problema.
yung Sermon of the Mount, kung matatandaan yun.
Ah,
Yun yung way
Yeah.
nga bakit nagsimula yung church.
hmm,
Kasi parang, doon ba yung sinabi yun? Yung parang,
President ano.
hindi, yung flock of sheep na ano.
Yeah. I believe na sa ibang parable yun. Pero the point being is that even if may isang sheep na umalis sa flock, no? Yun yung i-rescue niya. It is willing to leave yung entire flock para lang i-rescue.
Isa pa yan actually na isa sa mga gusto ko sa religion is yung stories sa Bible. Parables. Diba? Yung mga values na makakuha mo. Although meron din namang mga like super OA shit na nangyari noon doon sa mga stories. Diba? Pero
it depends on the writer rin kasi sabi.
It depends.
It depends on the writer. No? And it depends on the purpose din kung bakit sinusulat yung isang certain verse. No? Ito guys, clarify ko lang din sa mga readers, sa mga listeners natin. Yeah. The first problem with us, why are we debating about the facts of the Bible, is that because there are some who keeps claiming that the Bible is inherently divine. I mean, it was produced. I mean, it came from the heavens. It dropped from the heaven.
No.
So no.
Diba? No.
Yes, no. The Bible is a collection of man-made writings.
Stories.
Even the church.
Stories.
Stories.
Experiences.
Yeah, experiences.
Basically,
so,
diba?
Even the church clarifies it. No? When the church has that position. The church wrote the Bible. I mean, made the Bible.
Yeah, it did not magically appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, tsaka ito.
Here's the Bible.
Tsaka ito, pre. Ito.
Here's the Bible. Follow it.
Sinasabi ko sa PDK kanina, diba? Other persons, parang ina-force nila. People took it very literally when it comes to the words of the Bible. When Jesus always uses parables.
And kailangan ng context. No?
Tsaka kasi minsan yung sobrang literal nila, hindi na nila nagigets.
Yeah.
What is the true meaning
taken out of out of context na talaga.
Important sa Bible may tawag niyan sa sa theology is exegesis, which is the study of the Bible. So one of the important na aspect ng biblical exegesis is yung historiography. So meaning to understand the Bible in the historical context when it is written. The problem sa Bible kasi is the modern versions of the Bible is that it has been translated sobrang heavily
translated.
And marami ng version ng translations. So for example, sa Born Again, meron sila yung New Standard, basta ba ganyan, New Standard Version, meron pa yung King James, meron pa yung New Living Translation. Napagalitan pa ako ng sister niya kasi nandidala ko sa Siena. Yung pala protestante palang Biblia yun.
Ito ba? Wait lang. Gusto ko lang na to. No slander to Siena. Pero I think that's one of the reasons why I started questioning. Is on a Catholic school. Now, Catholic school, no slander to Siena. One of the best memories of my life, childhood, was there.
Same.
Diba? But when it comes to theology, when it comes to beliefs, faith, it didn't make me like
hindi satisfied.
Yeah. I wasn't fulfilled. Kumaga.
Hindi satisfied.
I was a student there, but hindi ako naging super sa religion. Alam mo yun? Parang I wasn't hooked enough to parang really believe it by heart. But I'm not I'm not discrediting that I'm not discrediting no slander to Shena. Kasi
iba-ibang experience din yan.
True, it's my personal experience. Iba sa inyo, pero 'di ba? Kung hindi tayo nag-school doon, hindi tayo pumunta doon, we're not going to be the people who we are today.
Yeah.
Basically, 'di ba? So, yeah, yun lang. Hindi ko lang talaga trip yung sa Shena na araw-araw tayong nagdadasal noon. Tapos, nung umalis tayo, ginawa nilang Monday to Friday.
Yung
yung dasal.
Yung praying.
We?
Oo. Yung umalis tayo doon, ginawa nilang Monday and Friday na lang. Tayo is Monday to Friday, diba?
Kasi diba dati nung tayo araw-araw sa rin natin.
Novena.
Friday is the best. Friday is the best. Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart.
Ayun yung pag wala ka novena, mayroon kang sleep, di ba?
Actually, kabisado ko dati yun.
Yung novena?
Oo.
Legit. Hindi natin kailangan yung copy.
Lalo ng Sacred Heart. Back to back yun, di ba?
Alam mo yung...
Kabisado mo eh.
Oo. Yung kulay red or kulay blue, it depends kung anong version na pinabili mo.
Oo.
Binibili na natin yun!
Oh my God! Magkano yung 15? 25?
15. Yung andun sa tabi ng kantin dati. Di ba kantin?
Bookstore.
Parang may bookstore dito.
Oo, naalala ko. Pabili po Nobina. Nawala po yung Nobina ko.
Oo. Baka po hanapin ni sister. Ganyan. Kasi kailangan talaga siya pag Friday, no? Tapos lalo na pag may misa, kasi dapat nakagila ka, gano'n.
Pag hindi ka nakagila, parang others.
Others ka. Naka-daily ka? Tayo na, ang pangit mo nun, pul-pul ka. Kapag naka-daily ka, tapos lahat sila naka-gala.
Kitang-kita ka sa gym. Naka-ano ka na.
Nasa misa, di ba? Buta, sea of white and black. Tapos puta may isang naka-brown pants.
Eagles eh.
Eagles talaga.
Pero yun with that being said sa, ang tawag dito, puta, nawala yung train of thought ko. Sige, ito. Sabi ko yung kanina about sa popes and the priest. Sa pope, yung sinasabing mga scandals, napakadami. Di ko kabisado yung pangalan, pero si Timo siguro meron siyang tatatandaan kung meron man. Photographic memory din yan si ano.
And
hindi
yung isa sa pinaka-curious ako yung Vatican records eh.
Yeah.
Sealed.
So, ano yun?
Top secret.
Marami talagang top secret yan.
Pero yung unahin muna natin yung sa scandals ng popes.
Scandals. Marami talagang scandals yung ba? Can't be denied. Even as a Catholic myself. It cannot be denied. Maraming scandals. Especially one of the notable na scandals was yung pontificate ni Pope. I forgot to search it first.
Kailang Pope to, like patagal na?
Recently? This was during the early medieval period.
So na tagal, 1200.
So yan. Tagal na. Pope Stephen, no?
Tama ba?
Ayun, si Pope Sixtus the fourth, no. So during the pontificate of Pope Sixtus the fourth, no, na sobrang dumi ng simbahan, no. So it was the time na kung saan nagiging ground for orgy yung St. Peter's Basilica. Maraming prostitutes, no. Yeah. So simbahan, sex is all around, no. The sexual deviance sa simbahan was all around. And even in the modern times, no, na marami talagang cases talaga ng abuses sa simbahan. Yeah. Cases ng child molestation, not only here in the Philippines but even outside, no. illegitimate na fatherhood. Maraming pare, even popes during the ancient time, during the medieval times na nagkakaroon ng mga asawa at anak na supposedly hindi naman pwede.
Chastity dapat,
Diba?
di ba?
So, kasi chastity yan eh. So, marami talaga. Sobrang dami. But the question now is, going back dun ako babalik tayo doon sa question na yun na, so does it mean that the church is false or wrong for that na? So, there's a maganda ang sinabi dyan yan ni Saint Francis of Assisi, if I'm mistaken, no? And Saint John of the Cross, no? San Juan de la Cruz. Na sinabi niya na even if kahit demonyo pa mismo ang Santo Papa, even if lahat is kalaban ng simbahan, doon sa loob ng simbahan, as long as it is still the fact of life na kung saan ito ang simbahang binuo ni Cristo, it will remain the Church of Christ. No? So, alam niyo yung term na Athanasius contra mundum na term?
No.
Athanasius against the world. There was once a bishop dati in the ancient times na tatawag na Saint Athanasius. Saint Athanasius at the time was the last bishop na naniniwala na si Cristo ay Diyos. It was the time na kung saan, it was the time na kung saan na-dominate ng Arianism yung simbahan. To the point na even the popes themselves believe that Christ is just a prophet. But siya lang yung nag-iisa. And he was being pressured to recant his belief, to change his belief. But to stand on his ground. And with that stubborn perseverance, yung true belief ng simbahan, true in the perspective ng simbahan, was certain to survive. Diba? So he was called the Athanasius, kaya tawag siyang Athanasius contra mundum kasi mag-isa na lang talaga siya at the time. So normal yung hindi normal kasi mali yun, pero it is a fact of life na nangyayari ang scandal sa simbahan. But it doesn't mean that the church itself is wrong for that. Kasi wala kang mahanap na simbahan na perfecto.
Yeah. Basically, it boils down ulit sa person, sa people.
Persons. Yeah, sa person.
It's not the religion that's the problem. It's always going to be the people. So, basically, yun yung...
It's all boils to man's belief.
True.
So, sinasabi ko sa Vatican, di ba, yung library, secret, yung, alam mo yung Codex Gigas? Do you know about it?
Parang narinig ko na rin.
Codex
Gigas.
Codex Gigas.
Gigas. Okay, so
yung book na yun is very big. Malaki talaga siya. It is said na hinelp daw able to finish that book. Tinulungan siya ng demonyo to finish it. Then I don't know if kasi parang napaka-imposible daw kasi may binigay na oras para matapos yung libro na yun. Na-finish yung libro, sabi nila napaka-imposible na natapos ng isang tao itong libro na to kasi malaki siya basically. So sa Vatican Archives meron mga secrets dun siguro na di natin alam mo yun, mga ganun.
The world has secrets.
Dito na papasok yung mga parang conspiracy. Kumbaga.
Yeah. Yeah, conspiracy.
So narinig niyo yung na yun? Kasi na ko yun sa National Geographic dati or sa History Channel. Parang ko siya dati.
Yeah, parang familiar din sa akin. Kasi parang may movie ako napanood na inmate siya. Ewan ko kung alam nyo to Inmate siya. Hindi ko alam kung saan based yung story, pero sabi nila parang based on a true story daw. Yeah. Yung inmate is possessed by the demon. And then parang gusto niyang may mailabas na libro which is yung Bible niya.
Oo.
Bible ng demon. Yun yung movie to. I forgot the name of the movie. I'm not sure if familiar kayo. Pero parang similar kasi dun sa sinasabi mong Codex Gigas eh. Parang ganun eh.
Parang familiar ako dyan sa sinasabi mo, PD. Yan ba yung ano? Yan ba yung ano, Pids? Yung parang in-interview siya?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oo.
In-interview siya. Tapos parang hindi believer yung ano eh, nag-interview, diba?
Scientist. Parang ano siya, parang psychiatrist.
Writer siya or what, ganyan. Tapos ang ending nun is naniwala siya. Tapos yung book na sinulat niya, pinasulat sa kanya is naging parang bestseller sa mundo. etc. Ganyan. Sumikat siya, etc.
Something like an interview with the devil ata yung title na.
Oh, yun.
Oo.
Tama. So parang similar siya sa ganun. So parang yun yung idea ko nung Codex. Pero hindi yun, di ba? Sa National Geographic mo kasi napanood eh. So parang baka solely loosely based on that yung movie. I'm not sure.
Well, something like that siguro siya. Na-inspired siya.
Since ang dami talagang secrets and scandals ng...
Pero ikaw, Timothy, anong tingin mong Anong tingin mong nasa Vatican
Nasa loob. Ano yung mga sikreto? What are your thoughts?
Yung collection talaga siya ng mga libro na bawal. Meron talagang ganun.
What do you mean bawal?
Meron talagang mga libro
bawal basahin ng tao? Ng
bawal basahin ng Katoliko.
Oh.
Kumbaga, meron talaga yun. Meron tayong mga libro na kung saan bawal nating basahin. As part of our belief. Especially pag sinabi ng simbahan ng Santo Papa na bawal basahin to ng Katoliko. Bawal basahin ng Katoliko yan. Totoo yan, may ganun talaga. Ang tawag nila dyan is Codex Prohibitus, something like that eh. Prohibitorum. Index Librorum Prohibitorum. Which is the index of forbidden books. No? So meron talaga mga yan.
Forbidden text.
Parang Exodia.
Pagbukas mo yun, no? Exodia!
One of the interesting na books na nandun is yung Mein Kampf ni Hitler. So bawal na as Catholics na bawal nating basahin yung bawal nating basahin yung
libro ni Hitler. Yung intrusive thoughts ko. May gumawa ng action na hindi
alam mo yung meme? I mean, di ko na kung di ko na sa TikTok to eh. Kasi gusto niya ng hindi, sa YouTube na lang ata to eh. Gusto niya ng regalo ng anak niya, ng apo niya, Minecraft. Binigyan siya ng Mein Kampf.
Shit.
If napanood niyo yun, andun yun.
Why where did you even find this?
Minecraft yung laro.
Tapos naging Mein Kampf yung dinala.
Yeah.
Grabe yun. And marami na libro. Actually, yung alam mo The Prince ni Niccolo Machiavelli. Yung one of the most prolific na political na books in the
I love that name.
Machiavelli.
Even that is a band. I-band yan. So, maraming band. No?
Band books. Parang yung sa Doctor Strange. Ano yun? Yung bawal Darkhold. Darkhold.
Actually, yeah. Para siyang ganun.
Basically. Parang dark arts. Di ba? Parang kumukuha ng energy from the dark dimension, etc.
Parang ganun, no? Pero, hindi siya bawal in a sense na bawal talaga. Kumbaga, nandiyan siya. Tapos, parang idea nilang ng simbahan. Nagsabihan kita. Alam mong bawal yan. Basahin mo. Basta, alam mo yung pinapasok mo.
Parang ganun siguro. Parang mot sa lamp. Don't go to the... Pero still do it lang ganun.
Parang
basta sa amin, bawal to.
Sa Greek naman.
Icarus.
Si Icarus.
Icarus, di ba? Basta ako, sinabihan kita. Pero kung magbabasa ka, sige lang. Saan ka masaya? And totoo yun, na ganun ang practice talaga. Dati bawal talaga. But at that time, as the power of the church weakens, nawala na yung authoritative nila na position na magbawal. So ngayon, it's more advisory na lang talaga siya.
Baka
Okay, so,
pag-asa ang puta.
ito, last question ko for this episode.
Hindi, wait lang.
Ano?
Marami pa tayo, wait lang.
Ano?
Sayang.
Di pa last question to? Okay, sige. Mamaya ko na tatanong ito.
Mag-South China si Patayan.
Yun nga, moving on from the from religion and other things. Yung trabaho mo, anong ginagawa mo doon? Like, do you parang actually di ko lang ginagawa mo doon.
So practically yung something that yung pwede ko lang man sabihin is that I'm an analyst So
shit, may top secret siya.
May NDA ka ba? Di ba non-disclosure agreement?
May NDA ka ba?
Ay, may mga NDA ako. Pero syempre,
shit.
Yung pwede ko lang sabihin is that analyst ako. So, what does an analyst do?
FBI,
So,
open up! Ay, hindi pala FBI, sorry. FBI, open up!
Mas okay siya NBI papasok dyan
sa edit ng clip, ilagay natin yung edit na clip na kumakatok ka. Tapos babarage yung
I got you.
So as an analyst yung trabaho mo lang is basically to write reports, to write papers, to write basically the idea is yung end state ng papers and reports mo is consultative siya. You provide consultative reports. Sometimes pinapublish, sometimes hindi. So sometimes it provides flesh doon sa decision making ng ating leadership. So at the time so nung dumating ako sa office it was the time na kung saan the issue in the West Philippines is not very important I mean to say the least. It was to be frank lang about the matter So at the time, it was the height of red tagging, mga ganun, which is hindi true. Which is hindi naman siya totoo. But the problem with the issue of red tagging is that it's not necessarily that came from the government. It came from the supporters of the government. So yung mga trolls, mga DDS, mga ganun, doon lang gagaling yung red tagging. Sila
Keyboard warriors!
Keyboard warriors. Komunista, ganyan, dilawan, ganyan. So it was a very interesting time as an analyst kasi we've seen the shifting sands of time. So from a sobrang calm, dumating ako sa defense sector, it's very calm. Then everything changed when the pandemic happened and lahat is naging much more makulit. So basically ganun siya. So yun yung pagiging analyst. Masaya siya. Nakakapagod pero masaya.
Like kasi ito isa pang tanong. Well, may tanong pa kami actually. Pero yung what do you think about kasi napakaselan din ng West Philippines, we're Filipinos tayo. We have to actually know about this shit, 'di ba? Pero what do you say about sa mga tao na parang nagagalit sa mga hindi aware or basically do we need really to know about the going situation? Kasi for me I want to know ng mga tao. So ganun.
So personally siguro mag-start ako sa anecdote. And the future of the Philippines, sabi ni Rizal sa kanyang isang treatise the future of the Philippines lies in the sea. So ang kinabukasan ng bayan natin is nakasalalay sa ating mga karagatan. Dahil ang Pilipinas is an inherently maritime country. Napapalibutan tayo ng dagat, majority ng territory natin is dagat.
Yes.
So hindi tayo wala tayong luxury ng ibang bansa na kung saan we are surrounded by land borders madali ang trade, madali ang commerce, madali ang kasi may land borders tayo is that ang border talaga natin is dagat,
water
so water talaga. So it's very important personally for me it is important for everybody to know what is the West Philippine Sea and why it matters for us kasi it is first of all the economic the economic importance of it is enough pa lang, no? Sobrang
Vital.
critical, no? Saan
Yeah.
pag vital talaga. Yeah. Na pag nawala yun sa atin, pag nawala sa atin ang dagat na yan, sobrang laki ng impact yan sa economy natin. No, gutom. Ang kanyang effects is not only the government, it's not only tayo nakakaalam na makaka-apekto niyan, but everybody.
Everyone.
No? Everyone.
Yeah.
No, from the fishermen na nawalan ng mga isda to the point na at hanggang doon sa hindi makakarating yung pagkain sa kanila or hindi makakapagpagas dahil walang gasolina o walang kuryente
kasi
dahil walang
sinasabi ko
gasolina.
Kaya ko to sinasabi kasi madaming Pilipino na parang unaware sa social, political standpoint.
Economical shit na nangyayari sa mundo, sa Pilipinas.
Like mas nagba-viral yung trending shit, asawa, ano mo yun, mga ganun.
Nag-break na si ano.
Yung sinasabi ko. Wait lang. Yung sinabi ni Timothy na pinost siya, anong tawag dito, standpoint ni Catherine at Daniel. Sinabi
Para
niya
nakita ko to. Para nakita ko to.
Anong kakalabasan ng na economy?
Nagte-trending no?
Saka di nakakaalam. Si Timothy ay meme lord. Isa sa pinakasumikat na memes niya is yung pineapple pen. Tapos lumabas crippling depression. Kung masisearch yun, siya gumawa.
Tagal na yun, no? 2016?
So basically, balik tayo sa sinasabi ko.
Yan. Totoo naman. No? So, sobrang, yun kasi yung tragic ngayon na kung saan madaling madistract yung ordinary na Filipino sa mga, I would say, no, hindi naman sa mababaw, pero something na siguro sa mga ganong entertainment na mga sa mga ganong entertainment na rather than sa mga issues natin ngayon. I'm not saying na wag kang mag-focus doon ay na kalimutan mo na yung entertainment, yung media. Hayaan mo yan. Hindi, wag ganun. Balance it out. No? Yeah. So, walang masamang maging aware. Wala rin masamang hindi ka aware. Pero at the same time, just know na yung impact kasi ng conflict na ganyan does not only reflect doon sa nakakaalam, but also sa hindi nakakaalam. Case in point yan is Ukraine. Case in point yan is Gaza.
Yeah.
Na kung saan mga victims are yung mga hindi nakakaalam. Sila yung mga namamatay sa Gaza, mga kabataan.
Babies,
these are ordinary farmers. And wala silang alam sa geopolitical reality. It just happened. So, nakatira sila sa isang war zone.
Just caught in the middle.
It is what it is. Caught in the middle sila. Tama si Patrick. So, walang masama na hindi mo alam. But at the same time, knowledge is power. Going back dun sinabi ko. The pursuance of knowledge. The West Philippine Sea is not a fight between the Marcos administration and Xi Jinping. It is a fight of the Filipino people. And against mga mananakop nating teritoryo. So beyond sa fishes, ang oil pa lang ng West Philippine Sea is sufficient to power our economy for a century. Imagine mo 1 to 3 billion barrels of oil ang remain on top sa West Philippine Sea alone. Not to mention is 100 trillion cubic meters worth of 300 trillion cubic meters worth of natural gas. These are energy resources.
Kaya gusto nila yun. Kaya gusto
na China yun.
Yeah. pero I have seen a video recently na parang sinasabi doon na the Philippines is the hardest country to conquer.
Yes. We are. So
because of our geographic yung natin kasi nasa puro tayo islands so it's very hard to conquer the Philippines but at the same time alam nating mahirap tayong sakupin pero
tayo powered enough.
hindi rin tayo malakas to defend against conquerors if ever man, 'di ba? Kasi
that's
alam ko
why
parang
yan.
sinasabi mo yun eh. May shinare ka ding meme dati na parang about yung mga jets ng Russia or jets ng US compare sa may bago kasing binili yung Pilipinas na mga bangka na mga boats. Tapos parang pinag-compare mo sa submarine ng mga ng China.
Oo naman, di ba? Kasi masyado kasing sa akin lang naman kasi is that balance yung yung understanding dapat sa arms race, no? Kasi armed weapons, lagi nakakalimutan kasi ng mga tao na important pa rin ang weapons sa geopolitics ngayon, no? Kailangan ng weapons. So kailangan mo rin i-understand yung technical aspect ng weapons para malaman mo kung ano yung edge niya. And it cannot be denied that the Philippines today, no, yung military na alam natin nung high school pa tayo, sobrang layo na sa military ngayon. No? Sobrang yung advantages yung mga capabilities na nabili natin, na kuha natin, nabili natin mga weapons are 10 years ago, pangarap lang natin yun. 10 years ago, weapons lang siya.
Through modernization, di ba?
Through modernization. No? So, the question now is that is the Philippines hard to conquer? Oo, there's open, there's a geography. Tama si Patrick doon. No, so right now hindi pa tayo ganun kalakas to defend ourselves.
Yeah.
Hence we need allies. No, so we need allies. Kaya nagsasabi na bakit kailangan pang Amerikano at mga Australiano yung mga Hapon dito? Because we need them.
Oh, we're basically fucking trash.
We can't stand alone. The Filipino pride is not enough.
Oo. Right now, ha? Right now. And walang masama na humingi ng tulong sa kaibigan. And sino ba ang kaibigan natin? Diba? Sino ba ang nag-open na hand sa atin na tulungan namin kayo? Americans.
Pero kasi yung minsan yung tulong na yan, merong kapalit. Alam mo yung mga ganun.
Meron naman talaga yan. Walang mali doon.
Hindi siya
that is
yun lang yung parang pagbabatihan,
hindi siya unconditional. Hindi siya unconditional help.
But that is the fact of life. No? That is geopolitics 101. No? Meron talagang palitan yan. And alam natin kung anong gusto ng US dito. Which is basically yung position sa Taiwan. No? Kasi ang lapit ng Taiwan sa atin. No? Taiwan is imagine mo ang bote. Kung isang bote ng alak. No? So ang plug is ang bote ang China. Ang laman nun is China. Ang plug is yung Taiwan. No? So Taiwan is that is a very small country, but its existence is a vein sa Chinese expansion sa Indo-Pacific, sa entirety ng Pacific region. No? So that is why the US wants to support Taiwan, because Taiwan prevents China from becoming the regional power that it is afraid na mangyayari. No, so yun ang kailangan nila sa Pilipinas. Malapit tayo sa Taiwan.
Yeah.
Malapit tayo sa Taiwan, and we have the position to support Taiwan whenever war would happen. Hindi pala when that war will happen. Kasi it is a fact of life right now. Every analyst, every academe ang nag-assume that the war will happen eventually. It is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. The question now is kailan.
Mataas yung tension sa Taiwan ngayon eh.
Mataas yung tension sa Taiwan ngayon.
Kasi if you know the streamer Kai Cenat, si Ray, kakagraduate lang ng high school nun.
Magkano siya?
Attended siya ng army
military
service just because
1 year? 1 year, diba?
Hindi ko sure.
Alam mo, 1 year siya mag-military.
Yeah.
Like after graduating. Yung si Ray, yung parang na-meet niya sa Japan.
Yeah. We're friends though.
We're friends though. But dun sa going back dun sa meron akong 2-part question. This is my final questions. 2-part question. Number 1 is do you believe World War III is possible?
Okay. Sabi ko nga Pat na war will happen. It is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. No, kasi when countries, when two powers eventually, may tatawag niya sa international relations. So by the way guys, I can assume may mga nakikinig dito na yung na politics course. No? So, international relations ako. Yung course to. International studies.
Ako, muntikan na.
Vice President.
Hindi ka na.
Muntikan na maging,
Alam ko vice ka, di ba?
Vice. So, there's a concept na tinatawag na Thucydides trap. No? So, it was based doon sa story ng Greek philosopher na named Thucydides. Na kung saan, if merong isang empire na lumalakas to the point na kasing lakas niya na yung existing na empire na pinakamalakas is maglalaban sila eventually. At nangyari yan sa kasaysayan. Paulit-ulit.
Many.
UK, many times. UK against France, UK against US.
Noon pa.
World War I, World War II, yeah. Napoleonic Wars. So, eventually, as long as walang compromise between the US and China, walang compromise between Xi Jinping, no? Hindi siya magba-back down sa gusto niyang gawin. War will surely happen. No? Because as part of China's long-term goals, ang tinatawag niya na Great National Rejuvenation, he wants to achieve strategic edge over the US to the point that it can reach the US from it can reach Hawaii. No? Hawaii, that is an American territory. And
in the middle of the
Pacific. Yeah. And China wants to control both Pacific and the Indian Oceans. So maraming mga bagang bansa.
Ang daming gusto.
So no logical countries. Walang logical na country na hindi lalaban doon. So war will happen. The question now is gaano katagal na kayang it's a when. No. So kung gaano katagal ng US kayang i-deter ang Chinese aggression. No, it all boils down sa US. No. We are part of the wider American-led efforts to deter China, to contain China. No. But it doesn't mean we are working under the whims of the Americans. Hindi tayo nag-work under sa American. We are working with the US.
Side by side.
Side by side. Partners and allies tayo. Hindi naman makakarating dito ang Amerikano ulit kung
represent.
Hindi naman makakarating ang Amerikano dito kung hindi natin pinayagan lang din. So, tayo din nung gumagamit sa kanila. Kung ginagamit tayo ng US, ginagamit na din sila.
True. And the second part of my last question. I know it's a very cliche philosophical question.
Yeah.
But I just want your thoughts, no. Kasi even before dati pa high school, grade school, nasa isip ko na to eh. Kasi every time na nasa AP history class, AP classes, laging pinag-aanohan yung World War, yung mga wars dati, ganyan. Tapos lagi ako napapaisip na is there a way to achieve world peace? Parang lagi ko naiisip dati yun. And then throughout college, lagi ko pa rin iniisip yun as I evolve as a person, as my frontal lobe develops, no. Syempre more information, internet, dahil ko but parang it seems less likely, no, as I grow up. But I just want your thoughts, no, in the philosophical question. Can we, as a species, achieve world peace?
No.
Basically.
Yeah. Kasi ito lang yan eh. No? Hindi lahat ng academic, political or any pronouncement, never sinasabi ang term na peace. It's always stability. We want to create a stable world, not a peaceful world. Bakit? Bakit imposible yung peace? Human nature.
Oo.
Kailangan babalik tayo sinabi ni Pat, ni Jello. Man desires survival. And part of that survival to assure survival is for one to accumulate power.
Yep.
So paano ako mag-accumulate ng power? Kailangan may tapakan ng tao. Sabi nga sa meme, di ba? Hindi ako makakinga ng maayos kung wala akong tao. So inherent sa human nature yun. No? Inherent sa human nature na mag-accumulate ng power and must survive. And eventually, these interests ng bawat tao reflecting doon sa bansa. Ang interest ng bawat bansa, magbabangga-banggaan yan. To the point it will lead to conflict.
Yeah.
Hindi ako pro-war. I was never pro-war. Mahilig ako sa mga ganyan. Pero if you want to actively support conflict, no, I hate war. I abhor war. Nakita ko yung brutality ng gera sa Gaza.
Yeah.
Sa Ukraine. Yung nasusuka ko. Kasi kaya ng taong mag-devolve sa ganong brutality.
Yeah.
At these modern times.
Yeah, at these modern times.
They can still stoop down to that level of brutality.
Ito.
Which is sad, di ba?
Sad. It's really sad. But that is the fact of life. So as long as
humans exist.
we need mass genocide right now.
No, kailangan ko gusto mo genocide ng buong tao talaga, ang buong human race.
Snap ang finger ni Thanos.
100% of the human race begun.
Of the 50%, no? So parang yun doon na sa end na. So sa end game na. Pero I mean, as long as walang may iba sa pinaka basic principle ng human nature, peace cannot be attained. It's impossible. Maganda yung sinabi dyan ni St. Thomas Aquinas, no? Just a finishing thought ko lang. Na peace cannot truly be achieved until Christ himself would arrive in this world. So meaning, in the capacity of man alone.
The end of the...
Kung dumating na si Kristo, katapusan ng mundo, di ba? So, in the capacity...
You can think of it as it's peace.
Beginning of a new end. End of a new beginning.
End of a new beginning. So yun siya. So,
omen yun ah. Ano yung sinasabi omen yun,
I am the beginning yun. Sasabi
I am the beginning.
Beginning. So, Timo, bilang guest ka naming nitong episode, bilang itong pinaka parang namin question of the whole parang ito yung
last pinaka last namin question.
Pinaka-last ito yung pinaka parang gusto naming makita sa tao. May parang may humanize kumbaga. Mag-guess namin kahit sino. Ano ang mamimili ka lang? Worst, best na drunk story na pwede mo ikwento sa amin? Pili ka
na wala kang NDA.
Yeah.
Na pwede mong...
Best pare.
Best or worst, mili ka.
Best or worst na drunk story.
Best na lang.
Yeah.
Best na lang pare. Sige. So, nung outing namin pare, sobrang lasing ako. Late na akong dumating sa outing ng office namin dahil mayroong prior work commitments kami. So, dumating kami doon sa outing is around 9 p.m. 9-10 p.m. na. Yung outing nag-start is noon.
Okay.
Until today, inaalam ko pa rin kung ano yung nangyari ng gabi yun. But according sa mga sobrang na-knockout ako pare kasi humabol ako. So paghabol ko, shot agad ako ng mga coke rum o di kaya ng mga gin mix nila. And after ng pag-shot ko ng second time ng gin mix pre, around 11 pre, nag-blackout na lang ako pre. Ang naalala ko na lang is nag-uusap kami ng boss ko about sa Boeing pre. May aeroplano, Boeing.
Boeing 747.
Mga 7, mga ganyan. Tapos kinabukasan, marami na mga sinasabi sa akin ng mga office mate ko. Alam mo ba, Tim, tinulak mo yung boss natin sa swimming pool? Tinulak mo daw, men. So, boss namin, pre.
Ilan taon, boss mo? Like 50s?
Like 50? Sir, 50, sir. Alam mo ba, So, imagine mo, tinulak mo yung boss ko. Sobrang lasing ko, men. Tinulak ko yung boss ko daw sa swimming pool. Buti na lang, serviceman si sir. So, at least, marunong siya swimming. At least hindi siya issue. Oo.
What the fuck?
Tapos yung supervisor ko sobrang lasing din. Tulog siya sa ano, yung sa tabi ng pool na upuan, yung pwede kang humiga.
Yung sunbathing?
Binuhat ko daw yun. Oo, yung pang sunbathing. Binuhat
Binuhat
ko
mo?
daw yun.
What?
Binuhat ko daw yun.
Table flip?
Kasi maliit lang na babae si ate,
Hindi.
yung supervisor ko. Tapos tinulak ko siya, talagang muntik ako na daw siyang ihulog sa pool din.
What the fuck?
Wait. This is your best? This is your
Marami pa,
best?
syempre. Worst pala to, worst to.
Worst.
Sabi mo kasi kanina, best
Oo,
eh.
yung worst. Sorry. Ito pala yung worst, pare. Sobrang worst to. Kasi wala akong naaalala. And lahat to kwento lang sa akin to. Meron pa yan.
So, then tuloy mo na.
Tapos, syempre may karaoke pre, di ba? So, may kumakanta ng mga 80s pre. Ng mga VST and Company, yung mga Manila, mga ganun. So, sinasayaw ko daw yung mga ate, yung mga ano namin, mga tita namin dun sa office. Mga around 60 plus na.
How
Tapos,
the fuck?
iniikot-ikot ko daw sila, gano'n. Yung mga sayaw talaga na ng disco. Disco na around the 80s hindi disco ng current Tapos, basta sobrang rami. Meron pa yun. May picture pa ako niyan na nag-hug pa kami ng office mate ko na lalaki. Na nakahandusay kami nakahandusay kami sa damuhan. Nakaganon kaming dalawa.
Gago.
Sobrang
Like,
worst,
wala ka recollection.
Hanggang ngayon, wala ako recollection, pre.
Holy shit.
Tapos, yung mga kinikwento daw sa mga office mate ko daw is yung love life ko nung college daw. Na, alam mo ba kamukha mo si kamukha mo yung niligawan ko nung gumaganon ako sa office mate ko na mas bata sa akin.
Nakikringe ka siguro pagising mo. Utang na.
Oo, men. Kasi wala akong naalala. Pagising ko nga, basa ako eh. Yung pala. Yung pala, pre. Yung kwento nila, pre. Galing ako swimming pool. Dumiretso ako ng kama.
Gago. Lalanon par. Maaway ka talaga nun. Hindi mo literal na maaway.
Maaway, pre.
Buti hindi ka napaaway Utang ina.
Kaya nga, buti di ako napaaway. Buti di ako nasasante.
Tayo na. Boss mo ba naman? Tinulak mo sa pool.
Kaya nga.
Tapos supervisor mo, iti-table flip mo habang...
Basically, para siya sa Incredible Hulk na na hindi niya
Hype top.
unang niya beses naramdaman yung kapangyarihan niya. Putang.
Nung nalasing siya, doon lumabas yung innate strength.
Pre. Team Smash, diba?
Putangina.
So, ano ang...
Buti na lang, pre, yung Smash na naisip ko nun, is wholesome lang, pre.
Buti naman, hindi ka maaway na katulad ng inaway yung teacher.
Diba? Hindi naman ako Tiger.
Musta naman kayo ng relationship ng boss niyo after that?
Okay naman, pre.
Okay.
Kasi after nag-file na ako ng resignation, pre. Tiniming ko na.
Yung pala yung dahilan ba't niya siya nag-resign?
Nag-resign na. Sa mga nagsimula ng episode, malalaman nyo kung bakit siya nag-resign. Ito yun.
Sobrang weird. Ang gabing yun, hanggang ngayon, nire-recollect ko pa rin. Wala talaga, sobrang
For 2 episodes, laging worst yung na kwento.
Oo nga kaya nga napansin ko din yung worst Tapos, wala silang recollection.
Tsaka, laging with the company or...
With the bosses.
Oo.
Shout out kay Ingrid. Meron ka ng kasama sa drunk stories mo.
Yeah.
With the bosses din sa kanya, mas malalayo sa kanya, tinulak niya sa pool
Tinulak ko sa pool
Hindi ka naman nagsuka nun.
Hindi naman, in fairness naman. In fairness, pre. Pero pagising ko, pre,
basa ka talaga.
Basa talaga ako, pre. As in,
lupay-pay ka.
Amoy chlorine ako.
I'm wet as fuck.
Amoy chlorine pa nga ako. Sabi ko, literal na galing akong pool, pare.
Tayo na mo.
Yeah. So, that's it for our episode with the last question from Timothy.
Maraming salamat. We just want to thank Timo for accepting our invitation for our 17th episode, Brothers Unfiltered with Timothy. It was a very deep and very educational episode.
Yeah.
Sa mga nakikinig, maraming salamat sa pagsuporta. And yeah, this has been Pids.
Yeah, this is Andre.
And I'm Tim.
And see you in the next one, guys. Maraming salamat.
Thank you,
Wait
guys.
lang. Baka
Okay,
meron kang gustong meron ka ba gustong i-shoutout or to share something, what you do?
Sige.
May market ka pa?
Shoutout sa batch natin pare no. Shoutout sa mga batch 2015 pre ng share na. Sana naman pakita lang kayo no. Guys, tsaka sa mga ibang listeners pre, especially sa mga fresh grad no. If you want to work sa defense sector, you can contact me naman through actually you can just search me sa friend list ni Patrick or ni Andre.
Ilagay namin dito yung email address ni Timothy, guys.
Yeah, sure.
I-flash namin.
If you want to work, no, work ka agad. Pare.
Baka pang chicks men.
Wholesome lang tayo, pare. Wholesome lang. I mean,
legit yan.
Legit yan, guys. Wholesome si Timothy. Pag nalalasing lang, nagpa-blackout.
Paglasing lang nagagago lang ako. Ayun guys, pag kailangan nyo ng work, especially kung gusto nyo mag-pursue ng much more academic, defense sector, analytical na work, chat nyo lang ako. Hit me up.
Alright.
So, yeah.
Peace out. Maraming salamat, Brothers Unfiltered.
Outs. Yeah.